What's up, you guys? It's your girl PeytanElyse, aka the bread, and it's just that on me. So let me tell y'all, bootcamp, cut it, it's canceled. It's canceled. All of it is canceled. Like it's done. It's over with. You guys, I went to bootcamp during a pandemic. So okay, bootcamp is gonna be, well, for me it was very different than what I expected it to be, because for one, we're like having a pandemic, corona's going on or whatever. I ain't bald headed, I got a bun. But so I left for boot camp May 26th and I shipped out May 27th and I graduated August 21st. So that's like, what is that? That's like 2.5, almost 3 months, kind of, sort of. So let's see, where do I start? To begin with, we had to be quarantined for 2 weeks in a hotel. So, and the hotel was in Chicago, so I was quarantined in Chicago. For those 2 weeks, they issue you like a DD bag, which has a backpack, your C bag. They give you like things that you're gonna use when you first get to boot camp, like a recruit training book, pens, pencils, your socks, your underwear, like bras and stuff like that. So they issue that your first night that you're at the hotel. Once the 2 weeks is over, you're going to boot camp. So I left from the hotel and went to boot camp June 9th. When I got there at 12 o'clock at night, and that's when like P days was starting. P days was crazy. When you get there, they screaming at you, don't step on the flag, don't talk, stay on the right side of the hallway, don't look me in my eyes, don't call me sir, don't call me ma'am, none of that. All the stuff, all the manners that you was taught, they should go out the window, because they don't want none of that over there. And I'm confused, because like when I talk to you, I'm gonna look at you. When I say yes ma'am or yes sir, like that's just how I respond, and they mad at that. So they give you like little PT clothes. You have like a yellow shirt, they say like navy, and like some sweatpants or whatever. So P days is like the processing. They'll give you like drug tests, pregnancy tests, urinalysis tests, screen you, make sure that you're like fit to be in the Navy or whatever. That goes on for like a couple of hours. It went on from 12 to 3. After that was over, they took us to like the compartment where we had to like make our rack or whatever and our sheets and stuff. We went to sleep for 1 hour, woke up at 5:30, and had to do the same stuff over the next day. So I'm like, this how y'all rolling up here? I can't hang a girl, I'm tired. I didn't even brush my teeth that day because like we couldn't even do none of that. Raggedy, I know. So once P day was over, somebody was walking by my room. That's why I stopped talking. Once P days was over, we meet our RDCs, and it depends on like how big your group is, because the average group is supposed to be like 60 girls, but usually during boot camp, without corona and stuff, the divisions are integrated, meaning you'll have boys and girls in the same division. They'll just sleep in different compartments. But with corona going on, you have like boys in one division, you have a brother div and a sister div, and it's always kind of like 60 boys and it's way more girls. It might be like 84 girls in a division, and that's a lot of girls in a division in one compartment. And so that's like what we had. It was about 80 of us, and we had 2 RDCs. I loved them to death. They was so funny. They was live. I had a black RDC and a Philippine RDC. He was a man and she was a lady. So we met them. We kind of got acquainted with them, learned everybody's names and stuff, and you know, we was a family. And so during boot camp, we're gonna do like a lot of tests. The first test that we did was the swim qualifications. The swimming test, let me tell you, if you a swimmer, be prepared to buy extra clothes, baby. I was a swimmer. I was a swimmer. And if you go to boot camp, you know what that means. But so like for the swim test, you have to jump off of a 10-foot like diving board into the water, and you gotta swim. I think it's, I don't know math, and I don't know if this is the correct word, but you gotta swim 50 yards. That's long. You can either backstroke, swim like this, swim on your side, something like that. I struggled, but I passed that part. I was tired though, I passed though. So you do that, and then you have to float for 5 minutes, and they give you like coveralls, and they're teaching you, like, say if you was on the ship and you is man overboard or whatever, you got your coveralls on, in order for you to stay afloat, they're like teaching you how to like use your clothes to like stay above the water, and that's the test that you have to pass too. I didn't get to that part because I failed the floating for 5 minutes. I can't float for 5 minutes. I cannot hold my breath for 5 minutes. So I failed that, and I couldn't continue like with the swimming or whatever. So I had to remake it. And when it was time for me to remake it, I had to double time across the campus to the swim, there and back. I said, I'm not failing no other test, because if I gotta run to go take the test and run to get back to the compartment, it's done. It's done. It's done deal from here. Can't do it. Sorry. So I passed it the second time. What we did after that? You'll do like firefighting, you'll like do gun classes and that stuff. I'm telling y'all everything in boot camp that people ain't tell y'all, because I'm just real like that. The Navy ain't gonna sue me because I ain't saying nothing bad yet. No, I'm just playing. But you'll do like firefighting, the gun classes. The firefighting is super fun and super cool. If you go to the, let me slow down. If you join the Navy now, once like while Corona's going on and stuff, the things that you're gonna miss out on are like the gas chamber. I think it's just the gas chamber. You won't do the gas chamber. I didn't do the gas chamber because with Corona and stuff, you have to go in there, wear a mask, and when you take it off, you know, you coughing and stuff, you spreading germs. So they don't want to do that. They cut that out. And usually boot camp is how long is boot camp usually? Usually boot camp is 10 weeks, I think. 10 or like 9 or 10. My boot camp was 5 weeks. It was supposed to be 5 weeks. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But yeah, in order for you to pass boot camp, you have to pass all your classes and all the hands-on things that you're gonna do, because it's gonna lead up to like the final event that you're gonna need in order to pass boot camp and to get out of boot camp. So with boot camp being so like condensed in like a push division, everything was so close together. Meaning boot camp went by like this, went by like this. Let me see what else. The food that they feed y'all, let me tell y'all, I don't know what it is in the galley, but that got me right on God. Eating 3 meals a day, they got me right. I swear to God, because baby, I gained 22 pounds. When I got to boot camp, I weighed 108. Your girl weighed 135. Don't play with her, please don't. Please, on God, please don't. But no, for real. So that was cool. Showering with a whole bunch of girls, that's not my thing. I had to shower with like 20 other girls in there. I can't deal with it. It's horrible. Like everybody just being there naked and stuff. It's like gross. Ew. But let's see what else. I'm trying to explain to y'all. It's hard though, because like some of the stuff I forgot kind of a little bit, and I didn't like talked about it so much. But being a girl going to boot camp, I know a lot of people probably gonna ask me like about your cycle and stuff. For me, my cycle was like very light, and it was weird. And that's probably due to us exercising so much, because you know when you exercise, it makes your cycle light, and it might not even come because you're in such a stressed environment. And that's what I thought was gonna happen to me. I thought it was either not gonna come or it was gonna come too many times, you know, because I'm so stressed. But it came late. And what else? Okay, sorry, I stopped talking because that was my roommate. She had walked in. But no, my cycle, it was coming like late, and when it came, it was like super, super light, and then it was just like in out of nowhere. I wasn't tripping because I knew I wasn't having sex, so I knew I wasn't pregnant. I was like, damn, like, ew. So, let me see. I keep saying a lot. I'm sorry, y'all. This video probably gonna be like real weird, and it's not gonna be like normal like how all my other videos is. But let me think about it. Let me see what else we did. Oh, and I know a lot of people, when they make their videos, they don't talk about like how you can get set back. I'm finna tell y'all, because that shit is for real. Like, it's a thing called PFA, which is like running. It's a thing called the PFA, which like you do, you run a half and a mile, a mile and a half. You run a mile and a half. You do push-ups and you do sit-ups, but they're taking the sit-ups out, so you're gonna do planks instead. And depending on your age, I'm 19, so my run time was 14 minutes and 45 seconds. I had to do 20 push-ups and 54 sit-ups. Say if you're like, I think if you 20 to 25, your run time is like 15, and you gotta do 17 push-ups and 50 sit-ups. So with the PFA, you need to train way before you get to boot camp, because if you can't run, you gonna like screw yourself completely off. Like you're gonna fuck yourself up if you can't exercise, like if you're not physically fit for that. And I didn't understand that, because I'm just thinking, oh, it's just a run. I could pass a run. I obviously can't. So, but I took my PFA 3 times with my original division, with another division, and with the division that I graduated with. So the first time I took it, I did not pass it, obviously. And so I got asthma to another division. And within that same week, I took my PFA the first time on Tuesday, and I took the second one on Thursday. I didn't pass that one either. My time was like a 15:33, and I needed a 14:45. So like a minute and some change or whatever, or less than a minute, I mean. When I got asthma the first time, I was just getting asthma a week. And I was going to graduate on July 24th for my original division. Then when I got asthma that week, I was going to graduate July 31st. When I didn't pass the second time, they asthma me a month back, basically. Crazy, I know. They asthma me a month back, and I graduated August 21st. You guys, the PFA is hard. Like, if you can't run, it's hard. And then the mental aspect of it, because when you feel like, dang, I might suck, like I can't do this, and that throws like your whole caliber off, like your emotions, your support, your motivation, all of that. It just throws all that out the window. And that's what it was doing to me. I just felt like, dang, I can't do this. Maybe it's the wrong decision. I wish I wouldn't have did this. I shouldn't be here, stuff like that. But once I was in the division that I was put in, I feel like that helped me, because when you get asthma for your PFA, they put you in a thing called prep, which is they send you to Freedom Hall, and you'll run and do exercise, and they'll help you prepare for the PFA. And I went to that 3 times a week for the whole 3 weeks while I was there. So me doing that, us getting beat, us training, all of that stuff, it was preparing me for the PFA. And so I took the PFA last Friday. Yeah, I took the PFA last Friday. I passed it, and my time that I passed it with was a 14:27. So I took down a minute from when I did the first time, which was the 15:33. You can get asthma for a lot of stuff. Like if you fail your PFA too many times, you can get asthma. If you go to medical and they feel like you're really hurt and you can't train, they'll asthma you until you're healed. I met some people that was here in boot camp. They've been there since 7 months. I mean, like for 7 months, since January. It's a long ass time, baby. Look, let me tell you something. I break my leg. Send me home. Send me on the plane. But don't. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here for 7 months with a broke leg. Please don't. Thank you. That just ain't for me. But in all actuality, boot camp is not hard. It's just the mental aspect. And a lot of people was asking me, like, how do you feel about it? Like, is it emotional? It's very emotional. Being away from your family for a long time and you can't talk to them and stuff, that's like heartbreaking. And they lie. Everything your recruiter tells you is a lie. Oh God, I swear to God, I don't believe nothing your recruiter say. Like, oh my mama, I swear to God, because they just gonna set you up for failure if you believe anything they say. I swear to God, I kid you not. I swear to God. They told me that we was gonna be able to get a phone call the first week we got to boot camp. I'm at boot camp. What a phone call? You see it? Because I don't. I didn't make my first phone call until July 8th. Why? Oh, okay. It's just the mental aspect. Like, if you're not prepared for boot camp, I honestly do not think you should go. If you're not mentally prepared, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, if you're not prepared for that, you should not go, because you're not going to have a good time. And you're not going to be focused on what you came there to do, which was to complete your mission and to graduate. If you're sitting around moping and sad all day, feeling sorry for yourself, that's how you're going to feel. That's how you're going to perform. And you're not going to perform well. It's a lot. And like how they always say, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That is very, very true. Like, it was stuff that I hated to do, but I knew I needed to do this in order to get out of this place. The fastest way to leave boot camp is to graduate. If you think that you're going to be able to go home, like, as soon as that, like that, that's not happening. People, they were sitting in separations for like 2 months or longer, because it's a waiting list and it's a whole process for them to get you out of the system and to get you back home, to get you on a flight and stuff like that. I mean, if somebody asked me to do boot camp over, which I have done boot camp over because I did it twice, because when you get asthma, you have to do everything that you did prior to you coming to that division. It don't matter if you did all the classes, all the hands-on, the demonstrations. You're going to redo it, and you're going to do it so you can get a grade. It's just what it is. Oh. But boot camp has its ups and downs. It was like times where it was like fun and like I loved it, and it was times like where I was like, damn, like fuck, I'm still here, you know, type thing. Overall, boot camp was very crazy, very, very crazy. But that's how my experience was. I want to answer some of y'all questions though, so I can tell y'all. See, everybody asking me, was it hard? Was it hard? Was it hard? Let me see. Somebody asked me one thing I loved about it. One thing I loved about boot camp was since I did not have my phone, that forced me to like interact with people and to get to know people. Because I got to know this girl. Her name is Davis. We was in the same division. When we was in the same division the first time, and we got asthma the second time. The third time we got asthma, we got separated, and that was like the worst thing that ever possibly happened to me. If she's watching this, she know why. Like, girl. But no. So that was probably my favorite thing about boot camp, meeting new people, like from different walks of life and stuff. It was people in there that was from Africa and like Jamaica. One of my other closest friends, her name is Gordon. I was like, she was like a big sister to me, and I loved her so much. And so like when I got asthma, I was like so devastated because she would give me her food at child. That's probably why I got so thick. I would be eating my portions and her portions, because the portion they give you is like this. They give you a scoop of macaroni like this. What am I gonna do with this? But get mad. No. So that was probably the one thing I liked about it. Well, that I loved about boot camp, meeting like new people and stuff. One thing I hated about it, the run. No, I didn't like the run, and I didn't like the fact that you could only take one shower a day, and that shower was like 5 minutes. Who taking a whole bath every day? That shit annoying. I hated that. Ew, I hated that. That wasn't it. Somebody said, do I regret it? No. No, I don't regret it. Because everything happened for a reason, and you do what you do for a reason. So, no, I don't regret it. Was it a good learning experience? Girl. It was a good learning experience to learn myself and learn that I could push myself to limits that I did not know that I could do. So, yes, it was a very good learning experience. Was it hard? Was it stressful? Like I said, boot camp itself is not hard at all. All you have to do is listen to what they say and do it. That's literally it. But the stressful part, yes, is very stressful, because if you can't do certain things, you feel like, dang. Like, okay, if you can do certain things that other people can't, you feel like, dang, like, what's wrong with me? Why I can't do that? And it looks so simple for her, stuff like that. And, like, you not being able to talk to your parents every day, constantly, to get that motivation and support and love that you need to keep you going. That's the stressful part, and that's what I was, like, going through. How was the food? Some food was good, some was 4th of July we had ribs and stuff, but them ribs wasn't my daddy's ribs. If you know my daddy ribs, then you know that shit go hard. Oh God. But no, the food, it was cool. It's just the portions. I can't get jiggy with no portion that's just this size. This is the whole forkful and it's gone. How intense was everything? The most intense thing that I say that I probably went through was like battle stations, and I cannot talk about that. But yeah, I can't talk about battle stations, but that was probably the most intense thing. Yeah, it was, because they put you in real life scenarios. Like if you was really on the ship and this is going on and you have to act within like that certain time frame, it was like intense. So that was probably intense for me. What was the hardest part, mentally or emotionally? Both, because I feel like both of those go hand in hand, mentally and emotionally. Because if you're not emotionally stable, you're not mentally stable. If you're not mentally stable, you're not emotionally stable. Stuff like that. Did you cry? Yes, I did cry a lot. I started crying more towards the end, though, because I felt like I couldn't do it. I really honestly felt like I truly could not do it. And I was like, I don't want to go home empty-handed and disappoint, like, y'all, and disappoint myself, because I made it this far. Like, why would I quit now, type thing, you know? So, yes, I did cry a lot when it got to the end. What was the most challenging? I think I already answered that. I said it was, like, the run. Man, I just can't stress to y'all enough. Practice. Like, practice what you preach. Like, I would always tell myself, oh, I'm going to exercise this day. This day would come. I would never exercise. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow come. I would never do it. And I regret that. I do regret that a lot. Because if I would have prepared and trained myself, I would have passed the first time. But everything happens for a reason. So, you never know. I could have got set back to show me, like, hey, you need to push yourself a little bit harder so you can overcome this challenge that you're going through, type thing. So, how did I adjust to not having my phone? honestly, during the whole little 2-week quarantine thing, that was hard for me because I was like, dang, I just had my phone yesterday and I was gone like for however long I'm gonna be here. That was like crazy to me. So I was like, ew. But once I got to boot camp, oh, another thing, when I was at the hotel, you're not doing nothing. You're just sitting around waiting. So it's like, dang, I wish I had my phone to do this, and that. While you're at boot camp, you're doing things every day, so you have really no time to even think about a phone. So once I got to boot camp, I was cool, like, without my phone. And then with me being switched from different divisions and stuff, certain divisions got more privileges than others. Like my last division that I had, I loved that division. That was a very good opportunity for me to go there. He would give us phone calls, like if you would do good, like on your inspections and stuff. Like we would 5-0, like all our inspections, and he would take us to the next to go have phone calls. So I was fine with that, like not having my phone. I got to update my mama and my daddy and Kendrick and stuff about everything that was going on. So I think I adjusted good to not having no phone. I just couldn't vlog everything, like all the fun stuff I couldn't vlog, so I was upset about that. And how long was it? Like I said, I left home May 26th and I left Houston May 27th to go to Chicago, and I graduated August 21st. So that's like a month and a half, almost 3 months. Yeah. So stuff that I want to say, like about boot camp. If you're thinking about joining the Navy, I'm not gonna say it's a bad decision or a good decision. None of that. I ain't gonna like be biased. I'm just gonna tell you what I think. If you're gonna join the Navy, you need to join it because you want to. And when you do join it, you need to make sure that you're physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally prepared for that. Nobody can prepare you for that but yourself. Even my mama couldn't even prepare me for that. Like all the stuff that we was talking about, like, oh my God, this gonna happen, this gonna happen. None of that happened. Everything was like shocking. Like I ain't expected to be like this type thing. It is gonna be very scary, like your first couple of weeks, because you're new, you're getting accustomed to things. Stuff is different for you, and you feel like, you know, I ain't used to this type thing. It's gonna be hard though, but if you know that you could do it, I feel like do it. You know, everything happens for a reason, and why not do it? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You know, type thing. What else? It is gonna be times that you're gonna feel like you are alone and like all you have is yourself. That's how I felt most of the time during boot camp. But that's not true, because you're gonna meet girls who are just like you, who left their family, who are sad. They're gonna cry with you. Y'all gonna argue. Y'all gonna say y'all hate each other. But at the end of the day, like, that's your family for like a couple of months. So you gotta love them and become one. You know, one team, one fight. You gonna hear that a lot. One team, one fight, and you gonna hear hydrate a lot. Okay, let me tell you, girl. But yeah, if you want to join the Navy, I think you could do it. Always remember, like, you're your biggest supporter. If you don't have nobody else, you gotta understand that you made this decision, so you need to stick it out. Like, you the only person who could help you get through this. Can't nobody do that run for you. Can't nobody pass your classes for you. Everything is on you. So you just gotta tough it out. I feel like if I could do it, and I'm like so girly girl and skinny and prissy and just like, you know, I feel like if I could do it and you like me and always want to have your hair done and all that stuff, I feel like you could do it too. Because boot camp is nothing like the fleet. They're going to tell you that a lot. Like, boot camp is nothing like the fleet. They're just trying to break you down to build you back up. That's all they're going to do. But yes, if you want to join the Navy, do that. Shit, do that, girl. And go hard with it for real. So you can get your little shirt. I mean, your blouse, my bad. With your little name on it and stuff. You see it? Girl. But yeah. So that is my boot camp experience. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I will talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.